sexuality and gender and sexuality, but there must be even others. What to do with them.
I mean, your comments are helpful to me. Number one, I suppose, because sometimes people do say that of my work, that there's not enough of whatever a gender component or that dimension, and I think that's true. Sometimes I try to lamely escape it by saying, well, I'm just focusing on one factor, but by the same token, you're perhaps missing something crucial. And I did notice when I was reading and talking about it now, I kept on referring to black masculinity.
Yes.
So it's very crucial. I mean, one could develop a further analysis that links to it, but it's very, here it's quite, not only is it a white obsession, there's obviously masculine obsessions as well. So I take that on board. But the other thing...
If I remember.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks for pointing that out. But that is true, yes. But I think what's helpful also about your comments is it also enables me to have a bit of a response to some of the issues that came up before. So here's the image. Lacan has this description of fantasy. He says, the fantasy that you would perhaps bump into, or the soothing fantasy, is akin to a cinema screen where the image is stopped at this moment. And it's like a frozen, so, like old style, like pause. Just before something horrible is going to happen. Just before something that would be threatening to the subject, or in those terms, castrating. They're both part of the fantasy, but the fantasy is the screen, the thing that stops just before the next scene comes in. So I mention that because I perhaps didn't quite get this dynamism, this interchange between the aspects of the fantasy that are there. But the reason that I want to mention it is because sometimes I feel someone can do a nice presentation on a piece of their work, but it's like, that's great, you're doing that. How does it relate to what I'm doing? And the reason I want to mention that is because a couple of things should be useful when we start to think about a social fantasy. One